John Stamos is a versatile actor, musician, and producer whose career has spanned several decades. Best known for his iconic role as Uncle Jesse on Full House, Stamos has endeared himself to audiences worldwide with his charm, talent, and good looks. But his life and career have also had occasional scandals and setbacks. Join Facts Versus we present, now he's 60 years old, John Stamos confirms the rumors. He nearly quit the show. John Stamos, best known as Uncle Jesse on Full House, had a moment in his career when he seriously considered quitting the show. This moment of doubt and frustration happened in the early seasons, which originally aired from 1987 to 95. He played Jesse, the cool and charismatic uncle who was a musician and had a penchant for motorcycles and rock and roll. While the show was a massive success and beloved by audiences of all ages, Stamos found himself grappling with a range of challenges that made him contemplate leaving. One of the main sources of frustration was his desire for the show to take on a more mature tone. He felt the character of Jesse was becoming one-dimensional, primarily known for his catchphrases and cool image rather than being allowed to grow and evolve. Stamos wanted to explore deeper character development and more adult storylines for his character. But the show's producers and the network were hesitant to veer too far from the family-friendly formula that had made Full House a success. Additionally, the workload was demanding for Stamos and the rest of the cast. It required long hours on set, and Stamos was also pursuing other opportunities in his career, such as his music career and other acting projects. The stress and exhaustion took a toll on him, leading him to consider quitting. One of the turning points in this challenging period for Stamos was his realization that he was an integral part of the show's success. He had developed a strong bond with his co-stars, including Bob Saget, Dave Coulier, and the Olsen twins, and he didn't want to let them down. He also recognized the impact Full House had on its viewers, particularly children who looked up to his character. Ultimately, he decided not to quit Full House. He continued to portray Uncle Jesse throughout its entire run. And over time, he found ways to work with the show's creators and writers to inject more depth and complexity into his character, making Jesse Katsopoulos one of the most beloved figures on the show. As the series progressed, Full House did explore more mature themes and character development, and John's dedication to the role paid off. The show remained a cultural phenomenon throughout its run and continues to have a dedicated fan base to this day. His decision to stick with Full House was a testament to his professionalism and his commitment to the cast and crew, and ultimately it proved to be the right choice for his career. DUI Arrest. John faced a significant legal issue in his life when he was arrested for driving under the influence. The incident occurred June 12, 2015, and marked a low point in Stamos' personal life. He was pulled over by police in Beverly Hills after reports of erratic driving. Officers suspected he was operating his vehicle under the influence of alcohol, and after conducting routine field sobriety tests, they arrested him on suspicion of DUI. He was taken into custody and subsequently released on bail. The arrest was widely reported in the media and drew significant attention because of Stamos' celebrity status. Many fans and media outlets were surprised and disappointed to learn about his involvement in a DUI case. In the aftermath of his arrest, John took responsibility for his actions. He publicly admitted to his mistake and expressed remorse for his behavior. He stated he was struggling with personal issues at the time and he was seeking help to address them. He also emphasized the importance of not drinking and driving, sending a message about the dangers of such behavior. He also faced legal consequences. He was sentenced to 3 years of probation and was required to attend a 3-month alcohol abuse program. Additionally, he was ordered to attend Alcoholics Anonymous meetings and received a short suspension of his driver's license. His willingness to address the issue head-on and take responsibility played a role in his ability to move past the incident. Over time, he managed to rebuild his reputation and continue his successful career. Sudden breakup with Paula Abdul. John Stamos and Paula Abdul's brief romantic relationship during the late 80s was a subject of intrigue in Hollywood, and their breakup made headlines due to its abrupt nature. The two celebrities had a whirlwind romance that seemed to be leading towards marriage, but it ultimately came to an end before they could exchange vows. The relationship began in 1988, and both Stamos and Abdul were at the peaks of their careers. John was well known for his role as Uncle Jesse, while Paula Abdul was making a name for herself as a successful singer and choreographer. They were both in the public eye, which added an extra layer of attention to their relationship. As the relationship progressed, rumors of an impending wedding started circulating. The couple was often seen together at events and red carpet appearances, further fueling speculation. They even appeared together in Paula Abdul's music video for her hit song Forever Your Girl. But the relationship came to an unexpected end in 1989. The details of the breakup were not widely publicized at the time, but it was reported that Stamos initiated the split. His reasons remain somewhat mysterious, as both people had been relatively private about their personal lives. Sleeping pill addiction. John Stamos faced issues with sleeping pills in the aftermath of a surgery he underwent in 2010. The surgery was for a rotator cuff tear, and the pain and discomfort afterward led him to rely on prescription sleeping medication. Over time, he found himself dependent on these pills, which led to a struggle with addiction. In interviews, Stamos has spoken about how he realized he had a problem and how he sought help to overcome it. He acknowledged that addiction is a serious issue and that he needed to confront it for the sake of his health and well-being. His decision to seek treatment and his openness about his struggles served as an example of the importance of addressing addiction and seeking help when needed. His willingness to share his personal experiences has helped reduce the stigma associated with addiction and has encouraged others to seek help and support. The Elizabeth Taylor incident. John Stamos' time on the popular daytime soap opera General Hospital was a significant early milestone in his acting career. He portrayed the character of Blackie Parrish on the show, and this role helped him gain recognition in the entertainment industry. Stamos joined the cast of General Hospital in 1982, and his character Blackie quickly became a fan favorite. Blackie was a troubled teenager with a rebellious streak who found himself involved in various storylines and plot twists. Stamos' portrayal of Blackie showcased his talent and charisma as an actor, and it earned him a dedicated fan following. One of the most memorable aspects of John Stamos' time on General Hospital was his involvement in a fictional rock band called Blackie and the Riff Raff. It allowed him to showcase his musical talents and appeal to a wider audience. The band's performances on the show, along with Stamos' musical talent, were well received by fans. One day, he was trying to get into his feelings for a deeply emotional scene. But according to Stamos, he was having trouble. Then he noticed he was being distracted by someone behind the camera. An older woman was rustling paper, and he couldn't get past it. He said, quote, "Get that old lady out of my eye line." And the old lady was Elizabeth Taylor. Taylor happened to be visiting the set that day to see an old friend. Stamos had no idea he had just insulted one of the all-time stars of Hollywood. Now it's time to hear from you. Which of these stories was the most surprising to hear about? Let us know in the comments section below.